wanted to start by saying thank you to the community that's gathered here. This is amazing. I love you guys. And I also wanted to acknowledge Judge Gideon. I wanted to introduce you to my mother, Teresa, who's right here in the front, and many other family members. I do want to reiterate what I said on the stand, in that I did not intend to violate the order of protection, even though I disagree with it. I had taken the appeals I've gone through the channels that are necessary in order to appeal the usage of that order of protection. And I was one of the first of the defendants to go to the local attorneys in Ithaca to have that process begin. Our policy of attacking people in other countries is not what's going to cause peace in the world. We need to do it and take a different road. And the reason I went to Hancock Air Base in the past, in 2011 and then in 2012, was to call for that peace. Because I am a grandmother, because I'm concerned about our pilots who are sent to go in and do the killing. So I do want to say to you that I am remorseful. I didn't mean to violate the order of protection. I can't afford, Judge Gideon, to leave my mom, whose care I share with my siblings. I do want to say that I feel that there was a series of judicial perversions that bring me before you tonight. First, that I was convicted of violating an order of protection that represents a perversion of its intended use to protect victims of domestic violence. And this order allegedly protects the commander of the military base, who said himself during my trial under oath that he neither knows me or needs protection from me. The real purpose of this order was to stifle dissent at the base, which is a central part of our democracy. Dissent is a part of our history. Second, this order of protection represents a perversion of not only mine, but all of our constitutional rights, every one of us that goes to the base. There's a third perversion, and that my jury trial represented a perversion of justice because the jury was forbidden to hear three key facts. One is that all the protesters that I voted that day as their press liaison, and I want to underline freedom of speech, freedom of the press, to be able to get the word out as to what is going on in the base. And I don't blame the drone pilots. I blame Obama and the whole chain of command, because it's Obama that leads this. His Kill Tuesday list has got to go. And our young people that are going into work at the base are just, they're there to do the bidding of the military. And I do want to go back to my jury. I don't blame my jury, because they didn't get to hear the full truth. And I even said to one of the jurors at the end of the night, I said, thank you for giving your time and energy to this critical process of due process. I said, that's the thing that drone victims don't get. Instead, they're considered bug splat. I was acquitted in January for trespass because even the police were confused about the base boundaries. And Chief Master Sergeant Ramsey, who's here tonight, I'm grateful to hear from him that the trespass signs were put up just 2 weeks before my May trial. And in the January trial, Chief Master Sergeant Ramsey acknowledged that there's 30 feet of easement that come from the base boundary. And you heard me say in my trial that even though I'm a homeowner, I didn't know that boundaries of properties go out into the middle of a road. The third thing that the jury didn't get to hear was that the acting Supreme Court judge of Syracuse determined that that same order of protection that I was served was appealed on behalf of Dan Finley, who's here with us tonight. That judge found the order to be invalid because of its vagueness. And then the fourth thing, and also that the colonel couldn't identify Dan Finley or any of us, as he stated during my trial. And the fourth perversion is the reversal of who is the real victim here. The commander of a military base involved in killing innocent people halfway around the world, or those innocent people themselves who are the real ones in need of orders of protection. So I, as a nonviolent grandmother and a caregiver for my own mother, as I prepare for jail, itself a perversion, I stand before you remorseful. I'm remorseful about my own country and its continued perpetuating of violence and injustice.
It is the sentence and judgment of this court as follows. This court orders the collection of and provision by you of a DNA sample pursuant to Executive Law 995-C and hereby imposes a fine of $1,000, a mandatory state surcharge of $205, and a $50 DNA databank fee, the same to be paid on or before July 10th, 2015. I am further serving upon the defendant and her attorney a summons with notice concerning the payment of the fine, surcharge, and DNA databank fee that, if left unpaid as directed, will be converted to a civil judgment after that date. I also have a copy for the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I would also note for the record that my sentencing notes will be made part of the file in this matter. Finally, I find this to be serious because of the continued violation of the orders of this court. And it is the sentence and judgment of this court that you be sentenced to a period of 1 year at the Onondaga County Correctional Facility, with credit to be given for time already served.
All right, folks, you gotta start clearing out now, please.